just got the head sail out at the moment. I'm actually trying to slow down, which is something new.
Where are we?
We're in another land.
Last time, here in the islands of Turks and Caicos, we dropped off the parents after an epic week sailing with them, apart from, of course, Tony's fingers incident.
Well, yes.
You boys!
Ah, Mr. and Mrs. What?
Yeah! We also made a mad dash to Barbados to apply for our US visa so that we could continue on our way northwest through the Bahamas and eventually to Florida. This morning, before we planned to leave the country, Riley was headed up the mast to take care of a few jobs he'd been postponing for a while now.
How you going?
Stressing out big time.
Out of 10, how stressed are you?
We had to wait for customs till 3 p.m, so now the tide's going down. There's not much depth between the rudder and the ocean floor, so if we get rocks right now, we're in trouble. Well, I'm glad that's over. So we had to wait till 3 p.m. to check out. We wanted to check out at high tide, but customs refused to come and meet us. We offered to go and find them and come to them wherever they were on the island because we really wanted to leave at high tide, and they said no, we'll see you at the marina at 3, so we didn't have a choice. So we checked out and left as the tide was going down, and yeah, there wasn't much depth between our rudders and the ocean floor, which is mostly rocks, so yeah, that was quite a narrow channel that I was pretty nervous going through because you have to go right through the middle because there's like high reef either side, but I made it and we're out and it feels good.
Alright, pantaloons. You did a very, very good job. Who's my little helmsman? Hey? Yeah. No, that's quite hectic, I understand. Getting blown off course, trying to dodge markers and reef and all different sorts of stuff.
My heart's just calmed down, so I'm treating myself to a black bean soup, which looks like absolute...
What about my baby? You didn't
like...
stress out my baby, did you?
I hope not.
I might make you a chamomile tea.
Alright.
We just exited the last of the markers and came out of the reef and were able to calm down a bit.
Yeah, so I can breathe again.
We're in deep water. There's a lot of water underneath the keel, which
Thank goodness.
That's great news.
I love that.
So we were going to go down or up west, east of the island and tuck up and try and get a mooring ball, but once we came outside the reef, we realised that with the direction of the wind and the swell that it was going to be very unpleasant there. So we decided to head to Ackland Island, or Acklands Island, which is 100 miles away. In these conditions, you'd normally have the full mainsail up, maybe one reef, probably not, and the head sail. And I thought, oh, we'll just head downwind and because we're actually trying to go quite slow, so we'll just wind the head sail out and take it easy. And we're doing 8 knots.
So we're going to get there too early.
So we're probably going to get there too early. We might have to reeve the head sail, trying to slow her down. And it's comfortable as. It must be a 4-knot current. Escapade, Vagabond, go ahead.
1-4.
Roger, 1-4.
Good afternoon, Vagabond. This is the Catamaran Escapade on your port side.
Roger that, mate. How are you?
Doing good. Where are you going, the Bahamas?
We are, yeah. We're just heading in that general direction.
Good. So are you the parachutes who were given the boat by which you were there?
What was that?
No, mate. Common misconception. We certainly weren't given a boat.
I wish!
But that is a good misconception, over.
Wouldn't that be lovely if that was true? Yeah. No, probably as much our fault as anyone's. I'm a bit lonely. Elaine is asleep at the moment. She's been getting more seasick, sort of, basically as the years go on, but also especially since she's been pregnant, and I'm much more inclined to just go, well no, like go and rest, and that was the advice that we were given as well. But it just means that I've had to sail a bit more, which is fine, but I have found like I've been getting fairly fatigued at sea, which happened when I got into Providenciales, and I know I'm not going to be able to sleep too much tonight. I mean, the sailing is not difficult. We've just got the head sail out at the moment. I'm actually trying to slow down, which is something new. Just the lack of sleep, I've been finding it more difficult to deal with more recently. And hats off to the single-handed sailors. You guys are just mad dogs. We've arrived quite early in the morning. We want to try and go through the channel when the sun is high in the sky so that we can see the reef on either side. So I'm just trying to kill a bit of time. So I'm just heading north, and then I'm going to go south again and just blow a couple of hours. It is 8 in the morning. I'd like to go through about 11, 10:30, something like that, just because we haven't been there before. There's another boat in there, which is a catamaran. We've read all the guidebooks, and it looks to be a fairly clear-cut entrance, so that's good, but we'll just play it very cautiously, considering we ran aground on the first island back there. We don't want to do that again. I should be being a bit more quiet because Elaine is having a little sleep over here. Darling, sweet Elena. Get me the net? Okay. Oh, it's a little tuna. Excellent.
There's no better way to wake up than to a fish, because it has to be fast. You're always excited, and you just don't have a choice. You just can't be lying around. It's just
like a squall,
all hands on deck. It's like a squall, yeah. But we have a little skipjack tuna,
Squall!
and we were going to share it with our neighbours, but they're leaving.
It's a
So
squall! I'm just following the guy that was in the harbour is leaving, so I'm just following his track. Like where the AIS is showing that he is, I can see where he went on the way out. 14 metres long, 8 metre beam, so fairly similar to us. Definitely a catamaran, going at 6 knots out of the anchorage. I think that we could easily get in there. All of these little bits of information add up to a slightly safer trip, don't they, big fans?
they do.
Oh, let's all be beautiful on the outside.
Driving.
Faces with nothing to say. With nothing to say.
It's been the worst trip I've had in a very, very long time. I've just been like so nauseous. I haven't slept. There's been many dashes to the back of the boat. I just cannot wait to get off this boat right now. Honestly, it's no fun feeling this way. Riley's just navigating to the reef now, and we should be there. So, not long. I think I've got like 10 minutes left.
This is Atwood Harbour. There's only 600 or so people living here on the island, and after the sponge diving dwindled after the advent of synthetics, the inhabitants now live by fishing and very small scale farming.
Expectation holds riddle in your head, little bit of lead.
Oh Oh my god, it's Elena. Where have you been?
Dad.
Remember the bit where you go, "Get me off this boat"?
That's what I said. I hated the boat. Thanks for sailing us all this way, Booktown.
It's alright. Thanks for spending 2 minutes making me lunch.
You're welcome. It was really hard work. What are you doing?
That was just so funny. I went over to the boat in front of us. Basically, they look like they're on the run. There's like 2 dogs jump up out of their boat and just start barking like anything. So I gave them a little bit of tuna. I was like, "Oh, look, there's 2 bits here. Do you want both, or are you happy with one?" And he's like, "Oh no, go on, give them both to me." So I was like, "No worries, mate." And I gave them both to him. And then I said, "Where have you been?" He said, "Oh, I've been at Little Inagua." He goes, "It's so good there. I didn't see a soul for 4 months."
So we've decided on an afternoon cruise up the river. It's not a river, it's a water. It's a sea inlet. So the water's nice and blue. It's very shallow. We don't know where the reef is because there was nothing marked on our navigation.
Oh, the tide's ripping through here. There would definitely be crabs here. And mosquitoes.
A lot of mosquitoes. Oh, I can see fish. Oh my gosh. Where are we?
We're in another land. That's about as good as we could have hoped.
I get this feeling I'm gone.
Alright, who have we got here and what's going on?
These guys are running very low on diesel, so we've agreed to share. It's about time we help someone else out, Elena.
Yeah. We met this young couple on the beach last night and they really made us laugh. They were telling us a few stories and it really reminds Riley and I of when we first started. So Riley just burned over and asked if we could come over with the camera and interview them for you guys. So that's what we're about to do.
As soon as a dinghy shows up, he just stands over here waiting for someone to let him jump into it.
Oh.
Ben and Megan Visser on Lucille. That's not the name Lucille, it's the words loose and seal.
A seal who has gotten loose.
It's an animal that
Ooh, I
has
like
gotten
it.
loose. It's a British boat, it's a Camper Nicholson. It's 1979-80, 34.5 foot boat, and it's got a Volkswagen Rabbit diesel engine in it.
And what made you embark on this wild adventure?
Our story really is that we bought a really cheap boat and, you know, worked on it for a month in the yard, and we were totally clueless in terms of what we actually needed to do.
Well, we put it in the water and we had to take it out like a month after.
A couple months later, yeah, it was leaking from below the waterline, so we had to get it hauled out.
And you imagine that it's just going to take no time at all and you'll be in the beautiful water.
Oh yeah, we thought we were going to Grenada.
But, it's a good little reality check.
Did you have any clue about sailing before you set off?
I've been sailing for about 10 years, but just on smaller boats. We had a little 20-foot trailer sailor in Chicago.
He bought the 20-foot boat a week before our wedding.
Yeah, I was still making my own financial decisions.
Hilarious.
We just kind of jumped into it.
Yeah.
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been an adventure. It's been challenging at times.
Okay, if you had any advice to give to people who were thinking about starting up, also not having a clue about sailing?
Well, just do it. It kind of felt like it was a now or never decision for us, and so just go for it.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
Just make it happen.
Well said, guys.
All right, well thank you both so much.
Yeah,
You're
thanks for
welcome, of
stopping
course.
by, you guys.
No worries. We're about to light a fire and everyone's on log hunting duty. Oh, and so is Mason. Get the stick! Get the stick! Come on, get the stick! Get it! Oh, nice fire!
It's a 6-corner jack.
Oh, Alright, I should probably start helping now. Put the camera down. Time to get my hands dirty.
To the friends I've always known.
Well, we just got back from the beach. We had a fire with our friends, and yeah, so Terry, who was over today, who grabbed some of our diesel, he also had a hard drive filled with like 1 million movies, so we just spent the afternoon transferring all of those over onto our hard drive, so we're like just so excited right now, having so many options. But Char from Tangaroa also made Riley some bread, which doesn't look like much now, but we just toasted it, and it was like the best bread ever.
It's the best bread that I've had since Lorraine Mills used to make me bread back in Cow.
Okay.
Good morning, Pantaloons.
Good morning.
How you going?
Good, had the best sleep ever. As you guys know, it's really hard for me to sleep on the boat, and that's been getting worse and worse as I get older for some odd reason. So the lack of sleep's really been getting to me. Also, just being away from friends and family all the time, like it's basically just been me and Riley for four years now, and obviously we meet people along the way and we become really good friends, but we're always separating again, so I don't have that sense of community, which I really love. And then also recently becoming pregnant, I guess the seasickness has been getting a bit worse. I've still been pretty lucky, like I haven't been, you know, bedridden and just totally sick, but I'm nauseous, and that makes me not want to do anything, and then I gotta lay down, and I feel terrible for Riley who's got to sail. Like, I hate laying down and watching him do all the work. Like, I do not enjoy that at all, and I feel helpless, and yeah, I guess I'm going through a bit of a tough time at the moment. I don't want to stop what I'm doing, but it's just pretty tough. Do you concur?
Well, it's funny, like I think normal couples would have a kid and then it'd be like, all right, well, one person's got to stop working, and how are we going to make all of this happen? So I think it's all pretty normal, apart from we're in quite a odd and at times really difficult situation.
I feel grateful that it's going to be both of us that get to spend 100% of the time with the baby. Like, not many people get to do that. So that's going to be amazing. I
think that ongoing, like long term, it's been more, like you said, not having your mates around. And I'm the same. Like, I really, really miss my mates back in Adelaide, friends and family and whatnot. Maybe with the bebe around, there'll be more of a little family.
Yeah, it'd be good when it can start talking. Until then, it's still me and you, really.
You and me and a little football sitting there not doing anything except crying. But yeah, we're clearly going through one of those phases of indecision, which I'm sure every couple is faced with at about at the end of the first trimester. So I'd really like to ask everyone out there what you think. What would you do? What would you do in my situation? What advice would you give Elena? Would you slow down doing what we're doing? Would you stop? Beyond just, it's going to be harder when the baby's there. I mean, we know that. But what specific advice would you give us? I'm really interested to trawl through that and see if I can find any nuggets of gold in there. Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.
Next week, join us as we continue our journey through the Bahamas and see the reason why we're deciding to stay here, possibly forever.
Man, this water's insane!